Welcome to the Podski. What? Ooh, yeah.
You understand, baby?
Dig it?
Let me tell you another thing.
First name John, last name Baker. Uh-huh. Brother.
Hello and welcome to the Podski. I am your host, the man of 1,000 gimmicks, John Baker. It is here. It is WrestleMania week. I am in the left coast. I made it to LA. It is a live recording.
Hey, you made it. That long flight, man. It's been a long day.
Such
For
a
you,
long
it's been a very long day.
I've been up since 3 a.m. East Coast time, and it is 11:56 East Coast time as of this recording.
Yeah, so if you hear a fire truck just drove past, so if you hear anything in the background, we are actually at the pool area right now, recapping the day at the hotel. So it's been an adventure today for sure. We got the authenticity in the background here of the street traffic, and the Miller lights are flowing here at the pool area, and we're having a good time kind of recapping this whole thing from today.
The sights and the sounds at the Safari Inn, baby.
I can't believe. I mean, it came around really quick, man. Like if you think about it, how much we put into planning this thing and the logistics of all of it and where we wanted to go and all that, how quickly this thing came around again, man. It's WrestleMersion, like I've been saying. It's WrestleMersion 23, and WrestleMersion 24 is going to be next year in Philly. That's for sure.
Yeah, this week we've already talked about it. We got a hell of a schedule coming up, and it all starts tomorrow. But we even did a lot today.
Yeah.
I got in town at around 11 o'clock.
Yeah, right at 11.
Yeah, right at 11, and we did a lot today.
We did.
So
we were in the car a lot today, driving around.
Yes, I've done a lot of sitting today.
I still hit my goal for my steps today somehow. I don't know how the hell. And I got burned up on my head walking in Venice Beach. So, we saw a lot of strange characters at Venice at that time. But we had a celebrity sighting.
We did have a celebrity sighting.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jason Segel.
That's right.
We saw him at Venice Beach today. Just walked right past us and then caused a biking accident.
Oh,
right
Jason
after
Segel
that.
didn't cause it. You caused it.
I mean, did I?
You didn't, but it's funny to say that we did. So we were on the bike path. I've been living out here for quite a while. I had no idea that you're not supposed to walk on a bike path, but we were walking on the bike path, and there was a choke point where a family was standing there, dumbfounded in the middle of the bike path, not knowing which way to even go. And a girl on a pedal bike that was going about 90 miles an hour for absolutely no reason got to a point where she had to make a quick decision, and her decision was to wreck and go over the handlebars and knock all of her shit all over the place. And we walked away.
We just kept walking like nothing happened, and I felt inside. I felt awful, and I had no idea what to do.
Well, I just like I told you, if we acknowledge it, I think it acknowledges that we played some kind of role in it. So if we just pretend like we didn't see it, then we weren't a part of it.
I feel like I could feel Allison's eye roll because she knows exactly what I just did.
And the thing about her wrecking that bike was it kept getting worse because she hit the bell, the signal that she was coming up from behind. And then she had to make a split decision which way to go, and she went into the grassy, sandy area for some reason.
There was like nowhere for us to go, though.
Over the handlebars, killed the bike, and then as she was trying to stand up, she knocked everything out of the bike, the basket, all over the place, which was like money and her phone and everything else. And she looked pretty disheveled, but she was young, and I think that from the wreck, she's young enough that she's going to get through it.
I hope so. I feel so bad when we talk.
She was about 20 years old, 25 years old. She was young enough that she'll overcome her injuries from the bike.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what, man, the people watching down there is always great because there's just characters everywhere. There's people playing guitar. You hear a lot of Chili Peppers down there on Venice Beach. A lot of souvenir shops, things like that. It's been definitely was an experience listening to smelling a lot of marijuana smoke while we were down there. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, and we also checked out Randy's Donuts before we got to Venice Beach.
That's right, we did. Pretty good.
I got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch donut. That was mint.
I just got a blueberry cake that was pretty damn good.
The amount of like fluffy pillowiness in the donut is absolutely insane.
But you're going to get heat with Mongoose on that because he's not a cereal fan, and you ate some cereal today, so he's not going to like that.
He can get over it. It's my damn WrestleMania
That's
week.
right. That's right. I will say, like I told you, and we'll hit this place before we get out of here, but I really think that Dad's Donuts in Burbank are the best donuts in the whole city, and I'm going to prove that to you maybe tomorrow. That Randy's is really good, but it's a little bit of a tourist trap at this point. But Dad's Donuts in Burbank, hole in the wall, is going to blow you away tomorrow, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I hope it blows my doors off. But
the Dad's Donuts are the Midnight Express of donuts, so you just go in there thinking that tomorrow.
Oh, so is like Randy's like the Hardys?
Oh, yeah, probably. Pretty good, really good, but not the best.
Yeah, bunch of damn spot monkeys. But yeah, down at Venice Beach, that was a pretty cool spot, and our extremely pale skin, we both got a little sun-kissed today on the old...
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it on my head right now, that's for sure.
Yeah, I didn't get as burnt as you did.
Yeah.
Which was a surprise.
Yeah.
And
I don't leave the house. You understand that? Like,
yeah. Well, I do too.
The last time I left the house was like the last time somebody came out here to visit, which was 7 years ago when I left my apartment. That was the time that the Gross came out here from Phoenix. Gross is going through a little bit of a health thing right now with his back, so hopefully you get better, bud. I think you listen to this. I'll make sure you do now since I gave you a shout out, but hopefully he's going to get better. That was the time that we couldn't get my couch down the steps at my apartment, so his brainiac idea was to throw it over the railing from the second floor. And we were going to try to ease it down where I was standing on the bottom, and I was going to grab, because I'm a tall guy, right? I'm going to reach up and grab it and ease it over the railing, and I didn't do any of that.
Yeah.
So we just threw it over the railing, and it just crashed to the ground and killed and destroyed a bunch of plants in the courtyard.
Speaking of the tallness of you, we'll get to it later about dinner, but I am a very small male compared to you and your wife together as a team. I look like your child in height.
We are proud of you. We're very proud of you. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
You're a good kid.
But that was so great. The Venice Beach was awesome just to walk around and see it. We saw Muscle Beach, or saw the actual where Hogan and Savage worked out,
and also in Sting and Arnold.
Yep, Sting and Arnold,
yeah.
Yep.
And Lou Ferrigno, all those guys, man.
Yeah.
Like that's a really cool spot. I mean, it's not as big as you would think it's going to be. Like, and look, I've been there before, years and years and years ago, man. But you get down to Venice and Santa Monica when you live in LA. I mean, it's like a foreign country, man. It's so far away. It feels like another state. Like I told you today, like I would rather drive to Phoenix than drive to Santa Monica because I feel like it takes me less time to get to Phoenix.
Yeah.
than to get to Santa Monica.
Yeah, because after we left Venice Beach, we went to the Santa Monica Pier. The Santa Monica Pier was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I could get lost down there all day. Just spend it, like, they had rides, they had games, and the pier, there was a lot of stuff going on down there. The beach was enormous.
So like I told you, that the Santa Monica Pier is the final spot on the Route 66, which was the Mother Road that ran across the country. And I actually did the Mother Road trip about I don't know, maybe like 13 years ago. I think we drove from where did we pick it up? We picked it up in Chicago, downtown Chicago, I think, and we drove all the way out here on Route 66 and ended up on the pier. I mean, I don't think I've been on that pier in probably, I'm gonna say at least 10 years since I've been down there, man. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, they've definitely added more carnival stuff down there and shops and things like that. So that place is pretty awesome. It's pretty fun just to go down there and hang out for a little bit.
Yeah, it was really cool just to walk around and see it, and I really enjoyed that. That was awesome. And then we did a little detour through
Brentwood Heights is what it basically was, because Google Maps is really, really accurate.
We got map heat now.
Yeah, we put in Brentwood into the Google Maps, and it took me to a guy's driveway, and then we were way up in the hills, and then a part of Brentwood I had never even been in. The houses are unbelievable, of course. So then we went down through down through Westwood, which was awesome. And then we drove through UCLA. Shout out, UCLA. Shout out my buddy Castro and my wife, who are UCLA grads. So that was pretty fun. That campus just keeps getting bigger, man. It's a beautiful campus, number one public university in the world. Place is really special. We did that, and then we went up through one of the canyons and hit one of the place where I used to work, where there's a bunch of really, really big, super expensive houses all the way around it. That was pretty interesting going up there. For sure.
Going up to see. Do you want to list the school's name or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Going to see that school, I could not believe the size of that school.
It's unreal, man. It's unreal.
And how nice it looked, and it was unreal. That was, I guess, for me, that was a real
people pay a lot of money to send their kids there. So.
Yeah, that was, for me, that's...
You got to see the Tyson house across the street. So
yes, so Mike Tyson's house is across the
now,
street.
I don't know if
there.
Tyson's ever lived there, but I know that he was the one that built the house. And I think that was right around the time that he got into, financial trouble at one point. So I don't know if he's ever lived there or not, but I just know that Tyson's the one that built the house. And that place is unbelievable.
That house was huge. The gates were enormous, and then we ended up doing a U-turn and coming back around the block, and then we got a different profile of it. It was even bigger. If you could see the backside of it,
sure,
that house was immaculate.
Yeah,
I
know. Paris Hilton lives somewhere right there, down that street. I don't know where. I can't remember where. I used to know whenever I was still working there, but I can't remember what house it is now. But I mean, there's so many celebrities that live up in that area, man. It's pretty crazy. Yeah,
the houses and the architecture of literally slapping a flat house. If you can think about a house just being one floor, everything on one floor, and putting it on stilts on the side of a mountain. That's all of these houses are up there, and they were absolutely immaculate, unreal. I know they don't fall, but I just don't trust it, man. I can't bring myself to want to live in a house that stilts like that. That's what we were talking about. The whole time we were riding through there, I just kept saying, how have they not fallen? And
especially with all the rain, it's because it's weakened all the root systems and everything with the foliage and everything. So it's definitely been a little scarier here with the mudslides and everything and the potential of it.
Yeah, it's the houses here are absolutely insane.
Yeah, so are the prices.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's a really fun time to try to buy a house in LA right now. It's a really, I hope everybody gets to experience that at some time in their life, so you can share in the hell that is my everyday life of trying to find a house within a certain price range in an area that is clean and you want to live in. So it's been a lot of fun.
I absolutely don't envy you going through that before, and I don't even want to think about doing it. I know that I'm going to have to do it at some point again, and I just I don't want to think about it because it's just so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just seeing all the sites what else did we see today? We went right through Hollywood, and we saw all the studios. We saw Universal, Warner Brothers,
Paramount.
And then
we went to eat.
Yeah, we saw the Capitol Records building.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, we went past that too. Yeah.
I'm gonna you need to put over this place that we went to dinner, because this place, it's getting a 7.5 stars on a Melter 5-star rating, because this place was absolutely incredible.
So we made reservations a long time ago to go to Yamashiro, which is a Japanese sushi / steakhouse. It sits up in the Hollywood Hills. It's been around for about 100 years, but it's got the traditional Japanese architecture. It's super famous. It's iconic in LA, iconic in Hollywood. But they've got just the views from that place are top notch, man. There's not very many places in Hollywood where you can get a view like that. So it overlooks the whole city. I mean, you can see everything from Santa Monica to Wilshire to the Grove, all the way across, through Hollywood, all the way to downtown, and all the way over into Griffith Park and the observatory and everything up on the hill too. So you get an unbelievable view from that place. I think my wife took me there for my birthday maybe 8 years ago. So since then I've probably been there maybe 7 or 8 times, I think, over the years. It's not cheap. It's one of those places where you just go once a year for a really special occasion, like a birthday or an anniversary or something like that. But the food is just outrageous, man. And that sushi that we had today was just off the chain.
I can't put it over enough. That is by far it's not even in the same league in the sushi that I've had before. Like it's created its own tier. And
it's like the Vikingo of sushi.
Yes. It was so good. And I can't put it over enough. And but yeah, thank you to you and your wife for taking me there. And the sights, like you could see the whole way from, like you said, you could see the whole way to Santa Monica, and it was a clear enough day where you could see the Sierras.
Oh, you can see down to Palos Verdes, which is unbelievable. That's not a usual thing for it to be that clear to be able to see all the way down there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
How about that old fashioned, man?
That old fashioned was so good. That's the first old fashioned I've ever had in my life.
Dave used Japanese whiskey with it, and I think it's called Santori. And I'm sure there's somebody out there that can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure the whiskey's called Santori. It's Japanese whiskey that they make the old fashions with right there at that place, dude. You could drink 70 of them. You could just sit there and drink 70 of those damn things, man.
Yeah, so good. And the salmon citrus roll is what and the
yellow dragon. Yeah,
the yellow dragon. Those were the two we went twinsies tonight.
Yeah. It was good.
Allison, that is a huge no. We never do twinsies ever.
So my thing with my wife with that is I won't sit on the same side of the bench with her when we go out to eat. Yeah. So I had an ex-girlfriend of mine, bless her heart, she really wanted to be same side sitters, man, everywhere we went. And I
don't like that.
I'm not that guy, dude.
Oh, I don't like that guy.
It's weird. It's weird. It's too weird. So
it's
no.
too weird. Yeah.
So I had to squash that with her, and then my wife tried it a couple times, man, but I just can't do it. It's not good. Not a good look. This is not who I am.
So the setup was wrong tonight, is what you're saying?
No, the setup was good. No, that was good because there was 3 people.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
Of course, that's okay.
Okay,
but
so it was offset.
If there were only 2 of us and we were just sitting side by side, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just I don't know why people do it. Why you don't want more space? Maybe it's as you get older, you just want more space or whatever. But I mean, I'm not a small person, and neither is she. So it's kind of like we don't need to be crammed any more than what we already are with everything in life. And I want some elbow room, man.
Yeah.
Get your ass on the other side of the table, like.
Oh my! That was. That dinner, man, I can't put it over enough. That dinner was absolutely amazing. And the view was absolutely insane. You can see the entire city.
Yeah. Which
was awesome. And when we were going up the hill, I was like, I'm not sure where we were going. And then once we got up there, I was like, oh, damn. That was worth the price of admission.
It's a different world, man.
Yeah, it's totally different. Totally different.
Do we got before we jump into the wrestling stuff? Do we got time here for me to tell the listeners about what happened this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you try to be objective with everything, right? So when you got to take the bad with the good, right? So, I've gone out of my way to praise people like Hangman Adam Page and Nick Gage. And others Seth Rollins, people that I hated for a long time, right?
Hey, Seth Rollins is back on the good list.
Oh, he's absolutely back on the good list. Nick Gage might be back on the good list, dude. He had that match with who was it? Bailey? Was it Speedball Mike Bailey?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Masha.
It was just whatever. I don't care about that. Whatever. I didn't hate it. It wasn't good either. Whatever. But that's not to put her down or even him. But whatever. But anyway, I went out of my way to put over that McDonald's app. I went way out of my way to do it, man. And I woke up this morning, and I was all fired up to go pick my friend up at LAX. And I'm rolling down Western, and I'm like, I got to get me my McDonald's coffee and a couple sausage egg McMuffins. It's only going to cost me a couple bucks. They got this app that's going to save me all this money, and I'm going to get all these points, right?
Uh-huh.
And the points are going to help me save money when I drive cross country here in a couple months. Mm-hmm. And I pull into the Western Avenue McDonald's, and I pull the app up, and I can't order anything on the app. And
no.
I don't have a lot of patience in life. So I went from 0 to 100 pretty quick, and it kept telling me that I already had an order in progress, and I was like, that's not right. I haven't used the app in weeks, right?
Yeah.
So it kept telling me that I had an order at the at a McDonald's in Santa Clarita, which I did and picked up 2 weeks ago on the 17th. And it kept telling me it was still open. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to drive to Santa Clarita and pick it up right now. I already got it. So I can't clear it. You can't cancel it once you place the order. And there's no customer service number anywhere on the app. So I do what I think is the smart thing, and I try to call McDonald's in Santa Clarita, right? And after many attempts, I get a small child on the phone who tells me that they're the manager. And I try to calmly explain the situation that I can't place an order because there's something in the cart, essentially, right? And I can't get it out of the cart. It's already been ordered.
And consumed.
Yes. And I tell her, look, I just need you to look it up in your system with your order numbers and just tell me whether or not it's completed on your side. Because if it is, now I know I've got an issue with the app software, right? But if it's not completed, maybe you can just press the button that says complete, and it'll clear it, right?
Right.
She has no idea what I'm talking about. And she tells me you gotta call customer service. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll call customer service. What's the number? I don't know. And I'm like, yeah, okay, this is not going well.
Yeah.
So I angrily walk into the McDonald's on Western, which, if you've ever been, there's characters, to say the least, in the Western Avenue McDonald's. So I go in there, and I'm dodging everybody that has COVID all over their body, and I get up to the front of the line, and I tell a nice woman, can I speak to the manager? It's nothing bad. I'm calming myself down because I'm prepared. I want to speak to an adult. Mm-hmm. I tell this nice woman, I want to talk to the manager, nothing bad. She's like, okay, yeah, sure. So she waves a woman over, older woman. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like this woman, she's seen some shit in this place, right? Runs a tight ship. She's pointing around, telling everybody what to do. She looks like she got her stuff together, right? Uh-huh. I'm excited.
Savvy veteran.
She's like 50 years old, and I'm like, this is good. This is gonna be good.
Yeah, she's a savvy vet.
We have a good conversation, and I explain everything to her that happened with the app and how I can't clear the order, and she's confused like I am. And she said, well, I can't clear the order on my end from somebody else's store, but did you try calling up there? And I said, yeah, I talked to somebody, and they can't, they can't look the order up. And she goes, yes, they can. She just didn't, is what this woman told me. So she said to me, she goes, you got to call customer service. And I go, well, they didn't even have a number to how to escalate anything to customer service. So this very nice woman gives me the number, and I could tell she genuinely wanted me to, buy McDonald's food, at least at her restaurant this morning. So I call customer service, which was pretty funny. And it says, thanks for calling McDonald's customer service. Leave a voicemail. And it then beeps. So you can't even get anybody on the line. So I'm pretty hot at this point, and I'm not a baby face anymore with this whole situation. So I start cutting a promo, and it gets funnier and stupider as it goes on. And I finally say in the voicemail something to the effect of, it's WrestleMania week. I want my coffee. My buddy's in town. I want to order a bunch of food all week. I need to save money because I'm trying to accumulate points so I can drive across country and see my elderly family, and you people are screwing this up. You're killing it for me. What are you doing to my life, right? And I'm just an idiot on the phone at this point because I'm popping myself and I'm just being an asshole. And then I hung up. So I'm never going to get a phone call back about this points. But I'm going to lose my freaking points, man. So I had to go in. I'm gonna delete the app and log back in. I did not do that yet. But I was able to log out and create another account. So now I'm going to get points again. And if I have to log in to use points in 2 different accounts, so be it. I believe I can go into the restaurant and use the points in person, I hope. If not, I'm going to lose those points, and I ate a bunch of McDonald's food that I didn't need to eat. Because I'm trying to save money. And killing myself in the process, and they're screwing me out of my free food. So that was my story. I was all pissed off leaving there. But I did order food, through my second account, and I felt a lot better once I got some sausage egg McMuffins in me. And I was driving down to LAX, and I made an 8-hour hair metal playlist, which got me through the day, and that was pretty good. So once we got down there, it was good. Everything was fine after that.
The playlist was phenomenal today.
There's a lot of good stuff on there, man. It's all hair metal and some Scorpions and Judas Priest and some GNR. 8 hours worth of hair metal and hard rock is going to be coming at us all week, man. It was pretty awesome.
a fantastic playlist, and I on my way to the airport this morning, since I left so early, I needed something. I needed something to listen to because I was feeling a little down leaving and all that, leaving the wife behind. I couldn't. I needed a little something, so I listened.
You haven't been married long enough yet. So otherwise, you'd have been out of that door 3 hours earlier than you said you were leaving.
Oh no. But I listened to the Dax Harwood podcast on Triple H, which was interesting. I like that. But then I got to the airport. I made incredible time today. I just need to make that a good point, is that I did not hit terrible traffic. I made it to the airport 30 minutes earlier than I wanted to, so I was way on time. Made it through TSA, and I patiently waited for 30 minutes at the Starbucks line for 4 egg bites and a cold brew, and boy, was it worth it.
That's awesome.
It paid off. And that cold brew tasted so good that I literally drank it. I had it finished by the time. So if anyone knows BWI Airport, when you go through TSA and that Starbucks is sitting right there, before you go down, there's like a small little escalator pad where you go through, and then you go down to the concourses to your left. I had that coffee finished by the time I was going around the corner.
I can't drink it, man. It's too concentrated or something. I can't. I can do iced coffee with no sweetener. I drink it every day. Iced coffee with no sweetener. But cold brew, it's just something about it.
The trick to the cold brew, you gotta add the sweeteners to it. So I add, not the sweeteners, I add syrup. So
okay, all right.
I got this idea when we went to Alice and I when we went on our honeymoon, and we've gone to this place more than once. It is Secret St. James. It is in Jamaica. They have a coffee bar on the resort.
Swim up or not?
Not a swim up. That's where the regular bar is.
Okay.
This one is before the swim up bar. The bar before the bar. And they have a iced coffee that they do there. It is phenomenal. And I know that they put hazelnut in it. So my recommendation for anybody that likes hazelnut, my go-to is a venti cold brew, light ice, and 8 pumps of hazelnut. Give that a good shake. It's not too much ice. It's just the right amount to keep it cool. And you get a nice hazelnut flavor that takes all that cold brew heat away. Because if you just get a standard cold brew with nothing else in it, you're a stronger man than I am, because that is some tough stuff.
Yeah.
And I've also tried the nitro cold brew.
It's good.
It is good.
With the Irish cream?
Well, I never got it with the cream, but I just got it straight, and I was like, whew, that is some...
They got a pistachio drink that's pretty good, too. I can't remember if it was cold brew or not, but it was pretty good.
So, in the morning, when we hit up Starbucks, that will be drink of choice. The
Absolutely.
Venti cold brew, 8 pumps of hazelnut.
Look, man, I might be in the minority here. I mean, with people that are, not anti-corporation or whatever it is, but like, I love Starbucks coffee. I really
love it
do.
too.
Their iced coffee, I will drink their iced coffee with no sweetener every single day. In fact, I did, and I spent a hell of a lot of money in 2022 on iced coffee with no sweetener from Starbucks. I was getting it every damn day. But now with this McDonald's thing, I like McDonald's coffee enough. I like it enough, especially the iced coffee. I like it enough that I can make the substitution of not paying $4.50 and only paying $1. And I'm very okay with that.
Yeah. So I spent an enormous amount of money in the Starbucks app during COVID, because whenever we were working remote, I would get coffee every single day. That was like my little treat for myself.
Me too. That was the same thing.
And so I got away from that once I went back to the office, and I realized I was spending way too much money on coffee. I was like, okay, I don't need to do this. But in the wintertime, I like to just drink the Pike. So I'll just buy coffee, and I'll just make hot coffee.
Sure.
But like now that I'm out here and it's starting to get warm, I want cold brew now. Yeah. So But yeah, the cold brew paid off this morning. Got me through my short wait. After waiting in that long line, there was a short wait in the at the gate. But the flight was very long.
But you had an open seat.
I did have an open seat beside me, so I was able to kind of shimmy my leg and kind of the only thing I sucked was I was in the very last row of the plane, so that my seat was straight up in the air. There was no lean on it. But the good thing is that I had the empty seat beside me, and the person who was on the end of the aisle didn't care that I had the window shade up.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
I was able to look out the window, and then I fell asleep a couple times, but I would say I maybe slept a total of maybe an hour on the plane out of the 5.5 that I spent on it. But
what'd you do in the plane?
So I started with JR's podcast,
Which
on
was what?
WrestleMania 14.
Okay.
And then I started watching WrestleMania 14.
Oh, nice.
So I figured
Is that Michael's Austin?
Yes.
Man, I remember watching that at my buddy's house. Man, that's crazy.
I thought that would
doesn't
be...
feel like it was 20 years ago, man. 19 years ago. Or
Yeah.
actually more than that. 'Cause what are we on, 38, 39?
39.
25 years ago, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy
The
to think about
silver
that.
anniversary of WrestleMania
Man,
14.
I had my dark green Cherokee at that point, man. I remember driving up that kid's lane to watch that show. It's awesome.
Yeah, that was 1998. I was 6 years old. I was 5.
Holy cow. That's unreal.
Yeah. So I started. I mean, I've watched that show. WrestleMania 14 is one of my favorite WrestleManias of all time, and it's mainly because you have Taker versus Kane. You have obviously Austin, Tyson, and HBK.
That was LOD with the motorcycle helmets and Sonny, right?
Yes,
They came back at that show, I
Yes, they
believe.
came back and they opened the show.
Yeah, not the greatest match in the world.
Not the greatest
I
match.
was so happy to see them back. I remember being really happy to have them back.
Yeah, so in JR's pod, he really talked about that a lot. It was the whole point of them coming out first was to get the crowd into it and everyone
sure.
to be excited that LOD
Well,
was
they don't
back.
call it the Road Warrior Pop for nothing.
They definitely got it for sure.
You throw Sonny in there, man. How the hell can you miss? Well, I mean, they did miss with it.
Yeah,
but
they did. Yeah,
it shouldn't have missed.
right. But yeah. So I watched. I didn't. Once we I kind of fell asleep a little bit while I was watching the show, and then once we got to the Rocky Mountains, the headphones came out, and I was fully focused as a map nerd. I had to peek the head out the window and check out
a cartographer, if you will.
A cartographer, if you will. I had to peek my head out the window and check out the sights, and that was by far the highlight of the flight, was flying over the Rocky Mountains. And
Let me
then
ask you this real quick, and obviously you've been a professional at doing the map stuff for a while. How do you feel you compare to people like Magellan?
oh, I mean, bricks were laid with
Are you a
Magellan.
master cartographer?
No, I would not say I'm a master.
Are you better than Prince Henry the Navigator?
I don't even know who that is.
How about Pizarro? Are you better than him? Or Balboa? Columbus? How
We
long?
can't
How many
mention
more
Columbus.
names?
We're gonna get canceled.
How many more names do I have in the can? The Gama, is that a guy or no? No, or is that the guitarist from Queensryche? That's
Ponce de
Chris
Leon.
DeGarmo. Are you a better map maker than Chris DeGarmo is as a guitarist for Queensryche?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'll put it to the test. No, I would say what really helped me in my this is a pro tip for anybody out there that is in the map making world or in the GIS world. If you are looking to get into the GIS world, take design classes. It will help you enormously. If you don't have design classes, you won't understand how to make a map. Yes, a lot of people know how to make a map, and you can try to make it look pretty, but you don't understand the discipline of map making if you don't know how to do design. That will go a long way. Pro tip.
It's turned into a masterclass.
It has.
I gave a masterclass on the McDonald's app.
You did.
You gave one on how set yourself up for a career in GIS.
Right. And I don't even have a master's.
You know what's great? People learn so much from us, man.
Right.
Like the listeners, they don't know, dude, we're really smart people, dude.
Right. Incredibly smart. And we love big, sweaty men running into each other.
The only failure today was me, dude. Whenever we pulled into the hotel, and we're going through the check-in process, and we're both wearing wrestling shirts, and the very nice, concierge, whatever you want to call her, says, "Are you guys wrestlers?" And without thinking, because I'm an idiot, I say no.
And
You should have punched me in the face, dude. Like, why would you not tell her yes?
We should have started a match right then and there. My head, my neck hurts from turning my head so quickly. Why did you not say yes?
Oh, God. I was wearing a House of Glory wrestling shirt, and you were wearing a KO Mania shirt.
Missed opportunities.
I
Absolutely.
can't believe I did that, man.
Well, we get one mulligan. That's our mulligan.
Yeah.
We get our one per week. Now the rest of the week, we would be a really interesting tag team. We would be because
Be like Haku and Andre in the Colossal Connection.
Yes.
You're gonna do all the work, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a really hard time in the ring.
do you have 97 teeth?
Yes, I do. I have shark teeth, and I'll wear a one band onesie, singlet, whatever you want to call it. It's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
And you can tie me in the ropes, and I'll lay there and watch you do all the work. Somebody can slap me around and smash an axe and come in there and do what they need to do, and then I'll put them over. And then I'll turn on you after the match because Heenan slaps me across the face.
True.
Dude, give me the book, dude.
Why haven't we not done that
yet?
yet?
Let me book this.
Speaking of the book, I tried out. So JC and I had talked about 2K23 last week, and I did a little testing in the GM mode. And
we're gonna talk a little bit more about JC here in a minute.
Oh yeah, we left out a big part of our day. This was a big highlight of the day. This will come. It does not top dinner, but it is really good, and it's a great start to our. If we're calling a little bit of this a pizza tour as well,
Sure.
maybe.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always up for that.
We stopped at an establishment. I'll let you put them over since they are your favorite.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to put them over, man. We went to Prime Pizza. They've got, I think, 2 or 3 locations here in L.A. We went to the one in Burbank. Spur of the moment, man. We were driving towards the hotel, and I'm thinking, where can we just grab a taco or something real quick? And there's a really good Mexican place right next to Dad's Donuts called Taqueria something. They've got really good carnitas burritos. I'll put them over here too. And I was thinking we could run up there real quick. But as we're driving down the street, I see Prime. And I'm like, holy shit, they sell slices. Let's just jump in there real quick. I love their food. So we get in there, and the whole way while we're parking the car, I'm putting over the Grandma Pizza at Prime. It's being my absolute favorite pizza in the whole city, man. It's my favorite pizza in the whole city. And we get in there, and I didn't want to buy a whole pizza because I think their whole pizza is like $35 or $40.
I think it said on the thing it said $30.
I mean, it is worth it, but we didn't need to buy a whole pizza. So we get in there, and I mean, lo and behold, they were selling slices of the Grandma, and dude, I almost fainted. I was so happy. I almost fainted. So, I grabbed 2 of them, and we end up going outside and sitting. And why don't you tell the listeners about that slice of pizza you had today?
Okay, so this slice of pizza. So we're gonna if we're bringing the way that JC was explaining last week, it's geometric. We're going geometric on this. It's a square piece of pizza. Nice crispy crust on the outside. Nice crispy bottom. Fluffy. Not gooey, but fluffy. Nice sauce on top. A nice little crusty cheese from the oven.
Yeah.
And when you bite into it, you get a nice LA crunch. No flop. No LA flop. Just a nice LA crunch. Boy, oh boy. That is a top 5 piece of pizza I've had in my lifetime.
It's top 5 for me too, man. And speaking of JC, speaking of your friend JC, who tried to bury me last week. By me, he had a little bit of a problem with me naming all these pizza places all across the country, and I've been to every one of them. I'm nationwide and I'm on your side, just like good insurance, bro. This jobber who, he becomes a doctor. He thinks he knows everything, right? That's what it is. I mean, these medical professionals, they act like, well, you shouldn't look anything up on the internet. I'm the expert now. I'm the doctor here. I'm the one that you're going to pay me to tell you what I think, right? This guy, man, he's talking about all these local yokel pizza places around town, and I'm out here spreading the word about good pizza all over the country, all over the world even at this point. And you're living proof of that. You're somebody who's gone to one of them already that can verify.
From sea to shining sea.
He can verify that I really am who I say I am. And, JC, I'm so happy for you to get that doctorate. But you know what, man? You went to a state school. And the only people that go to state schools in North Carolina are people that can't get into Duke.
Wow.
So enjoy your little hillbilly pizza in rural North Carolina. And I'll keep being the Ric Flair of pizza nationwide, brother. And you better step back before I let these alligators off the chain. A pizza peon is who I'm dealing with. A state school pizza peon. Enjoy Weiss Market, bro.
Don't bury Weiss Market.
Tell Robin or whatever her name was.
Robin, it's Renee.
Tell Renee I said what's up.
He was burying Renee.
Well, you know what? Renee's awesome, and you're a jerk for saying what you did. That's all I got to say about that.
Oh, my.
And that's the bottom line.
Oh, my. Oh, I think we might have to have JC call into the show tomorrow.
Are there phone lines where he lives? I don't even know if there's telephone in North Carolina. You got telephones down there?
Raleigh is a nice place.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of nice places. After I put over Raleigh earlier today, you said I almost moved there.
You literally put it over all day.
Hey, you just gotta
got too
go
fired
with the
up there
flow
for a second. The McDonald's
app.
The McDonald's heat turned you into an animal.
I mean, it made me go. I had to go heel, dude. I was, it was like Barry Windham. I was trying to be a babyface with McDonald's, and I just got to a point where I had to just turn heel, and I did, and I became even better. When I was a heel. You know what happened today, dude? I'm starting to cut that promo on McDonald's on the customer service voicemail, and I look down, and I'm wearing one black glove on my left hand out of nowhere, dude. That's what happened. I just went heel. Turned into Barry Windham in a car, bro.
Do you know what they say about the glove?
What's that?
If it don't fit, you must have quit.
You must have quit, and it fit. It fit. It was like the Venom symbiote. It was growing down my arm as I was getting more fired up. I was wearing like one black sleeve instead of one glove.
Oh my God.
JC, good luck. Good luck to you. We wish you all the best of luck.
Oh my.
Pizza peon.
Oh my God. I feel like I need to bring JC on to defend himself.
Also, I went to 3 state schools, so I didn't go to Duke either, brother.
As he buries you, you realize, wait, I'm in the same boat. And I don't have a doctorate either.
Well, I do get a master's that I haven't done anything with, so that's something.
I'm just a great bachelor of science. That's all I brought to the table. He outdid us all.
That's right, he did.
Oh my! But yeah. So tomorrow is day 2. We got some shows to talk about. We have some time during the day. What What are we looking at for
Well,
tomorrow?
we got a little bit of time tomorrow, so I was thinking what we could do. This is a tentative plan. If you want to do something else, we can do something else. But we could. I was thinking since we're pretty close to the freeway right here, we could get up and get Starbucks like you were talking about, and then run out the Simi Valley, and go to the Susanna Pass Cafe, which is a diner that looked really good. I've been trying to hit for a long time. But also out there, while we're out there, I know you get into true crime a little bit, right?
A little bit.
There's a lot of Manson family stuff out there.
Okay, so Allison and I did a little thing on the Manson family. I don't think we finished it. I think it was one of those ones where it got a little too much.
Yeah.
So.
But we could run by the Spawn Ranch. The ranch is not there, but you can see where it was.
Okay.
So it's a clearing now, you know.
Yeah.
So we could go check that out. And then there's also some stuff up on the hill that we could check out. So we could go do that. And then what I was thinking was we could swing down, depending on what time we get up. You know, we should probably try to get up at a reasonable time and get on the road. And then we can go down through Las Virginias Canyon, which is where Kobe Bryant, passed away.
Oh,
we could go down through there and then roll down through the canyon into Malibu. It'll push you right out by Pepperdine down into Malibu.
Okay.
And then we can run down the coast. And then we'll essentially run into where we were at today in Santa Monica.
Okay.
And then we can cut back up through Hollywood and drive up through either Hollywood or Sunset and then head over to the show at 4 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah, because we do have 2 shows tomorrow. We got 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. We're running them back in the same building. We got Pandemonium Wrestling at 4 o'clock. And we have Relentless Wrestling at 8 o'clock. And
same venue, yeah.
Same venue. Both of those shows look really good. I think that Relentless one, you had sent me something
But the Rumble, right?
about the Rumble Riot is in. Are they doing 2 Rumbles? Because the Rumble Riot is Pandemonium.
Which is the first show?
Pandemonium.
So yeah, we'll see the Rumble Riot in the first show, right?
Yeah. Yes.
I'm getting both of those confused. The cards for some reason, but I thought both the cards looked pretty good.
Yeah. And so the other thing that I'm staring at right now that I can't get out of my mind, and this is only because I'm from the Northeast and we don't have any of these, is I can see a Raising Cane's literally a block away.
Oh, yeah.
And all I'm thinking about is cane sauce and the viralness of it and how much I want to just go dive into a bucket of chicken.
Okay,
But
so yeah, we're going to do that.
We will do
we're
that.
Absolutely. I mean, we're walking.
We-
There's no reason why we shouldn't do it.
What's
crazy?
We should do a live
We could.
tasting on the
Oh, that'd
on the
be
pod.
awesome if we did that. That it's not only within walking distance, but there's so much traffic going in and out of there during the day.
Yeah.
That they shut the street down because there's so much traffic going in there.
Yeah.
So I mean, we should, if we're going to do it, we should walk there at some point.
Agreed. Yeah, there's I noticed the traffic while during our descent into LAX. I could see how bad the traffic was. And then when I landed and we were driving the streets, I saw how bad the traffic was.
Yeah. There's no good time anywhere in LA. So I'm looking at the Pandemonium Pro. I don't have the card, I don't think. Actually, maybe I do.
Well, the only thing that I know that we're getting is the Rumble Riot and the Masha Slamovich versus Johnny Pandemonium.
So I didn't realize that Yuya, I don't know how to, dude, I'm so bad at pronouncing names, man. But Yuya Mura is a New Japan Dojo graduate from the Tokyo Dojo, I believe. So I think he signed to Impact because he's on excursion right now from New Japan.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to be there. I'm looking forward to that. I haven't seen that guy wrestle in years, man. But I remember him doing the Young Lions stuff in a couple years ago, and I thought he was pretty good. So that'd be awesome to see that guy. Like I said, I'm looking forward to that because I haven't seen him in a long time. Maki Ito is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
See her tomorrow night or tomorrow during the day.
Wait, we're going to see her tomorrow?
Yeah, dude. She's on the list right here.
On Relentless?
She's on the Pandemonium.
Oh, let's go. We're going to see her early.
Chris Bay, Alan Angels.
Yes.
Simon Miller. Why do I know the name Simon Miller?
Simon
Who's
Miller does What Culture? Pro Wrestling.
Is that what I would know him from?
Yeah, he's the guy that if you see him on their YouTube channel, he does the What Culture stuff.
Okay.
He's the What Culture guy that talks like this.
Okay. Let's see what we got here.
He does a
I
lot
don't
of.
know. Is everybody that's on the show in the Rumble Riot? Is that what it is?
I don't know because I don't think Slamovich and Johnny are on the show.
They are on the show.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're in the in the Rumble.
Yeah, I don't know. Kid Bandit, I've never seen. I know the name. I've never.
I
seen it.
know the name. I've seen her a million times on Twitter.
Jack Evans.
No, well,
I mean, look, he's going to be entertaining.
he will be entertaining.
Hopefully, we won't see his death tomorrow by doing something crazy. Chris Bay is always fun to watch. Alan Angels, I'm kind of interested in seeing what he's got going on at this point.
I am excited to see what he's got going on.
Dark Sheik, I'm not a huge fan of. Valkyrie, Slamovich. Who else is on here? I think that's pretty much all. It says and more. I don't know who else they announced, but that seems like the most recent list of who they've got on the show. At least as of right now.
Yeah, that seems like a good lineup. I'm really excited for tomorrow's shows. We got 2 shows to kick us off. Kick off the WrestleMania week. Flew in over SoFi Stadium today. That stadium looks incredible. I cannot wait to get there on Saturday. I saw there's been leaks of the WrestleMania 39 stage. Looks like they're going with their own. They're bringing the branded stages back, which is a great. I love that. I can't stand whenever you see a pay-per-view and it's just that big flat screen that you see for all the other shows. Do we want to put over that we are confirmed for NXT and Raw?
Yeah.
We will not be. How did the lovely missus put that?
We're not going to be seat fillers.
We're not going to be seat fillers. So our initial thought was we would be seat fillers for Raw, and that we would not have a seat, and they would continue to move us throughout the show, so that the building would look as full as possible on the hard cam. So we would never have a defined seat. We would just continue to move until that person would come fill that seat, and then we would just move to another empty seat on the floor throughout the show. But we're not guaranteed to stay together. So we decided that we should stay together, as, the team will conquer, the individual will fall.
Absolutely. I'm looking at this card here for Relentless, and this looks pretty good.
The Relentless show was a good find.
Did you know they announced Juventud Guerrera?
What?
Yeah, dude.
We were getting Hoovy?
It might have been today. Let me see. When did they post this? 4 hours ago.
Oh, baby.
Dude, I mean...
Now you have to wear your mask, no matter what.
It's going to be awesome, dude. That show's going to be awesome.
I'm so glad that we added the Relentless show. That was the Relentless show was a late addition.
Yeah. They announced it late. They announced it late, yeah.
Once we figured out that they were going to run back-to-back shows on Wednesday, we figured we're already going to be there for the 4 o'clock show. Why not hang around for the 8 o'clock show?
Brooke Havoc.
I've heard that name before.
Was she on Dark? Maybe? I know the name. I don't know if I remember her exactly. Well, I mean, they got Davey Richards on here from... he's not going to be there tomorrow.
He's not going to be there.
Zicky Dice has got an open challenge.
Let's go.
That's going to be awesome.
I'm super... I haven't seen Zicky Dice
since NWA, dude.
NWA, yeah.
What else we got here? Chris Bay versus Alan Angels. Trying to think here. Oh, Billy Starks is on that show. I'm looking forward to seeing her. She's pretty good. She's very young. She's young.
Yeah, she just had her prom over the weekend.
Really? It's crazy.
I saw that on Twitter. Like, she literally just had her prom over the weekend. So I guess congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. I mean, she's gonna be awesome in a couple of years. So it's cool that she's getting included on a lot of these shows. It's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't think that was. I don't think I've known a wrestler that young before.
Yeah, I mean, Nick Wayne.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne might be younger than her. I mean, he probably is, right?
Is Nick on any shows this week?
He's got to be in town, man. Why would he not be?
I haven't seen him announce for any shows.
I don't think I have either. Actually, now that you think about it, or I think about it rather. But I would think he'd have to be, right? I mean, he's got to be, unless he's got something going on, with family or school or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's interesting that he's not on any of the cards. Yeah, you'd think he'd be all over it,
right? You'd think he would be all over every single card that you think of, but he's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he is tied to. Maybe that AEW deal is tying him down.
I don't know. I mean, they're letting Valkyrie wrestle. I mean, other people are on, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked for us to see him show up.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah.
If he showed up at like the Hitchcock show
Yeah,
or
something like
maybe
that.
if he showed up at ROH.
Did they say anything at all about Ospreay? Have you heard anything about Ospreay?
He's hurt and he's not going to be anything that he was supposed to be on this week. He's not going to be.
Okay.
At.
No announcement on replacements or anything?
They announced Tanahashi will be replacing Will Ospreay for the Impact show.
Okay.
And I believe Josh Alexander replaced him. Either Josh Alexander replaced him or Josh Alexander has been replaced for the Mark Hitchcock
Well, Alexander's
show.
out. He got hurt. He had to vacate the belt.
Okay, so they have replacements for Alexander, I think, but
Yeah, because Tanahashi said that he would be willing to fill in for people, right?
I think
Or
so.
something?
Yeah. I know that Tanahashi is 100% confirmed for that New Japan show.
Okay.
I just don't know.
We're gonna see Tanahashi?
Yeah.
Dude, holy shit, man.
That New Japan Impact show has turned into a bit of a deal.
I'm looking forward to that, dude.
That's Friday night.
That's gonna be awesome.
Is
Or is that
Friday
Thursday
night?
night?
That's Thursday night
It's
before
Thursday
the
because we're gonna
GCW
see
show.
ROH on Friday night.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, and we can't forget about Crowe wrestling on
Russell
Friday
Crowe
night.
wrestling on Friday. Dude, the nightcap.
The nightcap.
The Burbank nightcap.
The Burbank nightcap. At the
there's either-
Burbank Moose Lodge, baby.
I told you there's either going to be 8 people there or 800. I don't know what it's going to be.
Yo, I hope there's 800.
Oh, my God, dude. That's going to be awesome. And we're going to try to hit that the stash pages thing you were talking about, too, right, in Hollywood?
Yeah, so shout out to...
Well, I think it's in...
it's on Sunset.
I think it's on... It's probably more Silver Lake or Los Feliz, I think, whenever I looked at the... Los Feliz, whatever. Whenever I looked at the address. That's on Friday? Is it only one day?
Yeah, it's only Friday. Let's see if I can get my thing pulled up here so I make sure I get it. So I get my information
Oh,
correct.
I know where the...
It's going to be Wrestling for Sale. So they're doing a pop-up, which if you know Wrestling for Sale, they're incredibly overpriced. But they have a great social media account because they get all the they have dead stock of all of good wrestling merch, but they're incredibly overpriced. But they're going to have stash pages, God's Chillin', which is Matt Bodvin. Like, he is the GOAT.
Okay.
Him and stash pages are the cream of the crop.
Is that who released that WCW stuff this week? Who was that?
That was stash pages. They did
Okay.
the Where the Big Boys Play.
Yeah, dude.
But Kayfabe Classics did a WCW drop as well.
Okay. Though I got to get those shorts, man.
Yeah.
Those Where the Big Boys Play shorts are awesome.
I wish they were the 5-inch shorts that I like to
God.
wear,
They
but they're
were
the
badass.
cotton shorts.
Well, they're champion short. Like, so I've gotten stuff from them before.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. I wear it.
It's
but
great quality.
I was really excited about them going with champion for these new short drops.
Right.
With the nice feel, good pockets, stuff like that. So I'm looking. I might pull the trigger on those. They're only $40. I might pull the trigger on those.
Yeah. I probably won't because they're not like the standard ones I like to wear because I will be wearing them all week. You'll see them all over socials as the week goes on, but I'll have the new gen shorts. I'll have the ECW shorts.
It's awesome.
I got ECW shorts. I got WWF Attitude shorts from stash pages. I got Sting shorts from God's Chillin'. And I got the SmackDown shorts from Chalkline. So I got 6 days worth of shorts, although it's going to rain tomorrow.
Yeah, I stocked up on joggers for this whole week, dude. I went out and got like 3 more pairs of pants.
Yeah,
I figured, I don't know if it's gonna be
going-
cold or not.
You're going to go joggers. I'm going to go shorts.
Yeah.
I may have to. I'm wearing pants. It's chilly right now.
It's a little chilly right now.
It is 54 degrees right now. It's a little chilly on the top deck of the Safari Inn. But I need to give a shout out also to Nostalgic Land. I've put them over before in the Just Bring It episode when I wore the Just Bring It shirt. I brought that this weekend. They came in clutch. Delivered on Monday Eve.
That's great.
They gave the Here Comes the Pain shirt, got delivered just in time for WrestleMania week. So the fits will be on social. Don't worry about that, brother. Don't worry about the fits. The fits will be on the socials, and we'll be giving shout-outs to everybody that, we purchased from. So, but yeah, I'm really excited. The Wrestling for Sale is going to be on Friday, 1 to 6:30. I know God's Chillin' is bringing back the Owen 316 shirt.
That's cool.
Which is going to be a remake of the Austin 316 shirt from 97 or 96.
Yeah.
But it is the Owen, and it's instead of the blue like Stone Cold, it's going to be the pink with Owen's face. And they're going to have exclusive merch that you're only going to be able to get at the Wrestling for Sale pop-up. That is going to be at 1391 Sunset Boulevard if you're in town. That's going to be on Friday from 1 to 6:30. So we're going to try to definitely hit that up for sure. In between the ROH and the Joshi Pro Wrestling show.
Absolutely. And again, we're going in pretty cold on that Joshi Pro show. I purposely haven't watched anything, man.
I have literally never watched a Tokyo Joshi Pro show.
I mean,
ever.
I have not either. And
That's what makes it fun.
I've purposely not watched it. So I'm looking forward to it.
So I took the approach. This is the approach when Allison will know this, because when we go to a concert, I purposefully, if they have an opening act, I will not watch. I will not listen to anything from the opening act.
Sure.
That way I go in with a fresh mind, an open mind of who this person is. So that's the way I was taking the Tokyo Joshi Pro show. I wanted to go in with a fresh mind, see where the night takes us. So, but yeah, that's not till Friday, but maybe we'll see. But I'm super excited. And then we're, do you want to talk about this WCW crowdfunding deal?
We can, yeah, absolutely. It's a big deal. So
it is a big deal. So as of recording, we're recording on Tuesday the 29th. Tomorrow on March the 30th, Mattel Creations, they are doing their second crowdfunding project, and I did not back the first project. The first project was the New Gen Arena. I bought all of those. I bought all of those secondary market, all off eBay or Mercari. And they have announced that they're doing the WCW entrance with 5 figures, depending on how many backers they get. So you can get up to 5 figures if we get over 11,000 backers. Those figures will be Hogan, his debut at WCW, Rey Mysterio, DDP, the Scott Steiner, which is the one you want the most.
I mean, it looks awesome.
That Steiner is the one to get.
Yeah.
And then...
especially as an ultimate, dude.
Oh, man, that Steiner is going to be so clutch. The Steiner, and then...
DDP.
The Warrior. I mentioned DDP.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to see them in order across the stage in my head.
Yeah. Yeah, the Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, the Warrior's the one on the right.
And
Duster, you said, right?
What?
Duster?
Yes, he comes with the debut Duster for Nitro. I am disappointed, I would say, for the Hogan and or the Warrior. Personally, for myself, I want to back this, but this is a big money commitment. So the big money the commitment before for the first round, where you got the New Gen entrance, you got three figures, the entrance table, and the ring, that was for $250.
Yeah.
Wow.
That guy has no muffler on that car.
That guy has no idea that we're recording a podcast up here. No fucking respect.
No respect.
But that's what you got with the New Gen ring for $250. For this one now is going to be $400. However, you're getting this enormous, and I'm talking this WCW entranceway is to scale. It's 40 inches by 20 inches high.
Jesus.
Over 1,000 LED lights. And it has different lighting sequences. This thing is legit. And I really want it. And I would love it if Allison would oblige and kindly allow me to not miss out on this, but I'd be willing to sell the figures to make up the money for the entrance.
Yeah.
Minus the Ray, the DDP.
It's for me. It's just too much.
It's so big.
But when like we were talking in the car today, when you're talking about 5 Ultimates, at what, 40 each, right?
Roughly with shipping. Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's $200. That's 200 of it right there. Or 5 Ultimates that are going to be pretty good.
Yeah, and
especially that. I mean, I know they're going to make more Scott Steiner Elites and Ultimates. I know they're going to do that, but
they're not going to do that one.
Oh man.
That's the one.
So good. It looks so good.
It's in the white singlet. It's just it's fresh NWO Steiner.
It looks like the Toy Biz Steiner.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yes.
It came out. I really liked that figure when it came out. So it's like the ultimate version of that Toy Biz Steiner that I loved as a kid so much. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to not want to buy that, either on the secondary market or talk myself into buying this whole set right now.
Personally for me, if you buy, I feel like if you buy the set, you can make your money back in so many ways. Yeah. You have varying ways to make your money back.
I don't need that Warrior. I don't need
no
the
one
Hogan.
No one needs the Warrior. The Warrior is only if they get 11,000. Is if they get 11,000 backers.
Okay.
9,000 backers is to get the Steiner. 7,000 backers is to get the DDP.
Okay.
6,000. Hold on, I messed that up.
Well, the best figure in that set is the Steiner.
The Steiner, and I think the DDP, the Ray and the DDP. Those are the only three that matter.
Look pretty good. Yeah, those ones are both.
The Ray is really, really good.
You want to talk about? You always talk about me being a gear guy. Did you see Mysterio's gear from SmackDown?
I did not.
He had. I couldn't believe it.
Was it gray? Wait,
hold
on.
It was. Let me explain this gear.
Okay. Okay.
I don't love all his stuff that he comes out in, but for some reason, it was like gray, like dark gray, black, red, and like neon yellow.
Okay, I've seen
and
him wear that before.
And you would think that wouldn't fit, right?
No.
Dude, it looked awesome.
It does.
He looked. I was like, this is awesome.
I have seen
the mask looked great, and so did I thought the gear looked great.
My only opinion on the mask of late is that I do not like the fluffy top hair that he puts, the mohawk hair.
Yeah,
I don't like that he puts that on the mask.
Okay.
Because I'm a purist Rey Mysterio, and I'm talking like in a snobby, ruthless aggression way. Like,
sure,
my Rey Mysterio that I grew up with didn't have the mohawk.
Sure, I see that.
So
how awesome is that entrance, dude? When they do the real quick shots of the masks over the years.
So good.
So badass, man.
It's so good. I cannot wait to see him this weekend.
Yeah, I'm really. I don't know if I've ever seen Ray live, dude.
I've never seen Ray live.
I don't know if I have.
Never seen Ray live. I'm really excited. Other big news for if we're going to talk a little bit about WrestleMania.
Real quick, let me put over that punch. We talked about today when we were at the pier, talking about that punch and how good of a job they did shooting that punch from Ray to Dominic from the back.
Yes.
And it looked like a fucking knockout shot, dude.
Yeah.
Like it looked like a haymaker, dude. Uh-huh. And he hit him. Obviously, it's not a real punch.
Right.
But it looked so good. I was out like that little stuff, dude. When they do little things like that right, I just am like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy to get that. Like, when it looks so real, dude.
Yeah.
And shooting that from behind, I don't know why they decided to go with that. It was probably planned, I'm sure.
Probably.
Dude, it looked awesome when he hit him.
It did.
Looked so good. So I'm pretty pumped up about that match, dude.
Yeah, I'm really pumped up for that match. The other big news that came out for WrestleMania is that the Hell in a Cell, they're doing away with the red cell.
Good call. It's a good call.
Yeah, it's going to go back to the normal steel-looking cell.
Are they doing Demon versus Brood Edge?
Yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, they haven't fully announced Demon. They didn't announce Brood Edge, but they've teased it.
Because they put Edge with the candles, dude.
Yes.
And come on, you got to do it. Like, they got to give Finn the bloodbath, right? Somehow. Are they going to give him the bloodbath?
Oh, yes.
If you're going to do the Brood, you got to do the bloodbath, right?
They're going to have to do an enormous cleanup, but I'm totally for it. It's WrestleMania, man. Come on.
It's WrestleMania, exactly.
I'm for that. I also want to mention that I've been awake for 22 straight hours.
Yeah, Edge going to win that match, you think?
No.
You don't think?
Wait, yeah, because Finn has always gotten the one up on Edge this entire way. So I feel like Edge has to win at Mania.
Okay, I get it. All right. 22 hours you're pushing right now?
Yeah, I woke up at 3 a.m.
Oh, my God.
And
man.
It's 1:05.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
Bad guy time. It's
bad guy time.
Good guy time, it's only 10:05.
Yeah. Good guy time, it's... How have I been awake this long?
I don't know, man. You'd be crushing cold brew. I don't know. Maybe that did something to you first thing in the morning.
It kick-started my heart.
That's right, it did. We heard that 20 times today, so... Man, I can't tell you how much I love Judas Priest and how much I love Scorpions. I saw Scorpions at the Forum with Queensryche as the opener, and I wanted to just take all my clothes off and lay on the ground. I was so happy.
Do you want to talk about the concert that you went to that you were talking about in the car tonight? That was out by Jimmy Kimmel?
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, we drove down Hollywood Boulevard. And, you know, my wife was pointing stuff out about the Chinese theater and you know, the El Capitan and all those kind of things. But I remember I left work one time. I don't even know what I left work at probably like 2 o'clock up the street, and I had a ticket to go see Van Halen, dude, in the middle of the street. They closed the street down. They did a Van Halen concert right in front of Jimmy Kimmel, right by El Capitan. You know, right there at on the Hollywood Boulevard. They had the whole street shut down, man, and like it was 800,000 degrees. I thought they were going to go on in like an hour or 2 hours, whatever. Bro, I stood there on that concrete for 5 hours, dude.
Oh.
I got completely sunburned. I was in astronomical pain with my back for like 3 or 4 days after that concert. No water. They never told anyone what time they were going to go on. The tech guys, the roadies or whoever, you know, the drum tech or whoever, the guitar techs, kept coming out and checking the equipment, and everyone's thinking, oh, they're going to play in like 10 minutes. Dude, we were there for 5 hours standing on the pavement. They finally came out. They played like 3 or 4 songs. I mean, looking back on it now, man, totally worth it. To see, you know, David Lee Roth, Eddie Van Halen, you know, Alex Van Halen, and Wolfgang up there doing their thing, dude. I mean, that was awesome. What a great memory that is of seeing Van Halen right there. You know, was really close to the stage. Eddie Van Halen was sober. He got his life cleaned up at that point. He looked great. He lost a bunch of weight. He looked like he was really having a good time up there. He passed away not too long after that, you know. But so much fun, man, to see that show and get to see them right in the middle of the street on the stage, you know, right in front of Jimmy Kimmel was just a phenomenal experience.
That does sound phenomenal.
Sure.
Yeah, that was awesome to see all the places. Can't wait to see what we got in store tomorrow with all of our plans. We got 2 shows tomorrow that we will be back with our recap of those shows once we get back here. So
hopefully we can get into the pool area here tomorrow night a little bit later. I think the pool theoretically closes at 10 o'clock, so we might be rolling in here a little later than that to try to come up here and record. So we might be sneaking into the pool tomorrow night.
Might be pool sneaking.
Might be pool sneaking tomorrow night.
So, but with that, we will make sure you download, rate, review, and subscribe. We will be coming at you with more shows every single day. And we will see you next time on The Pods.
And hey, if you're in town right now, the number one thing about driving on the freeways in Hollywood, never get off at Highland.
Or you know, just get off at Highland.
Don't get off at Highland.
Get off at Highland and figure it out yourself.
Figure it out yourself. Figure out your own life. I'm not here to save your life.
Somebody needs to save JC's life after you buried him.
He's going to come back with a vengeance, dude. He's going to come back with fire.
I hope he comes back with some serious.
He's going to come back hard.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Good Lord. But with that, we will see you tomorrow on The Podski.